As we navigate life, the only constant is change. Life is constantly evolving and growing. And in the immortal words of Andy Dufresne in The Shawshank Redemption, get busy living or get busy dying. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Momentum Live. I'm Brooke Scutt. So today, let's talk about transitions and change. So no matter if a transition is positive or negative, transitions are hard. And I want to give you 3 tips about navigating change and transitions right now. So, first, before we get into those, like I said, change itself is difficult, whether it's a positive experience or a negative experience. So think back, a couple things that have happened in my life recently. My husband and I have sold our house. This was the house that we celebrated our daughter's first birthday in. It was the house that we brought our son home to. It's been our home for the last 8 years. So there is certainly a sadness and a nostalgia that will always linger with this house. But it's a positive change as we're moving on to a different house that we get to remodel by way of living with my parents for a little while. So always transitions, always things that change. A dear, sweet young friend of mine just transitioned to college. And, there are experiences and challenges that will go along with that. She's going to feel emotions, and it's a positive thing. Think about when you got married or got into a long-term relationship, that transition of getting used to someone else's idiosyncrasies that may take a lifetime to get used to. Job transfers, job changes, things like that. Yes, it can be for a negative reason, maybe a termination, but it can also be for a positive reason, like a promotion. And either way, those transitions come with emotions and frustrations and challenges. So 3 tips for you all for navigating transition. The first thing is be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, whether they're positive or negative. Selling a house should be a positive thing, but if you're sad because of, or melancholy because of the loss of the memories and whatnot, allow yourself to feel that. Be kind to yourself when going through a transition about maybe falling out of your habits, or maybe eating dinner out a little too much for a couple of days or weeks or whatever. The transition can be a short period of time. So again, forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, but allow yourself to feel whatever you need to feel. So then number 2, make sure that you take time to process the transition, whether, it's a failure or a loss, whatever it is that you need to take time to mourn, to feel through. Sometimes it can take months, it can take a while. You can speak to somebody professionally outside of just your friends, but, make sure that you give yourself time to adjust to the change. And then the last thing, make sure that you schedule some alone time for yourself. The alone time is so important, and there's 2 different kinds of alone time. There's quiet alone time, where you're doing something where it's just you, whether it's taking a long walk, meditating, doing yoga, reading, just something that's quiet time that allows you to just, process and kind of be. And then the second type of alone time is going to be reflective time. And again, this is where you maybe look back on the previous week and you think about how your emotions towards this transition, how you're processing through it, just different things like that. Because that alone time is so important for you to really understand where you are in the stages of transition. So just something to think about. Be kind to yourself during transition. Take time to process the change, whether it's positive or negative. And then don't forget to schedule that alone time for yourself so that you can, 1, recuperate with that quiet, but then also to reflect on how you're feeling and how the change is impacting you. So I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great week, and I'll see y'all next week.